We've also heard loud and clear that Canada's immigration system has been broken by Justin Trudeau's fakeness and incompetence. We heard concerns about the failure to ensure that processing standards are met for immigrants who want to come to Canada through legal channels, about backlogs and delays in the system for legitimate refugees and asylum seekers fleeing violence and persecution, about ballooning costs to manage the ongoing situation at Canada's border with the United States, and about the need to fix the temporary foreign worker program. These are just a few examples of the problems that have arisen under Justin Trudeau. These are legitimate criticisms of Justin Trudeau's record on immigration that many Canadians have expressed. However, every time we try and raise valid criticisms on policy, instead of being met by a Prime Minister that accepts criticism and uses it to fix policy, Trudeau has chosen to use the debate about the immigration system to level thinly veiled accusations of racism. This is a dangerous, cynical political tactic, one that has borne fruit of real consequences for Canada's immigration system and for those who unfortunately experience racism. We should be able to have a debate in this country about how the immigration system works without Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party calling people who ask questions racists and bigots. This approach is cheapening public debate in this country, both on policy related to immigration and to addressing real instances of systemic racism experienced by many groups in Canada. To be crystal clear, racism is a real issue that needs real solutions. It's not a topic to be shied away from, flirted with for votes, or tolerated. As our leader Andrew Scheer has made clear, there is no home in the Conservative Party of Canada for anti-immigrant or racist sentiment. Anyone who harbors those beliefs does not have a political home in our movement because Canada's Conservatives will always vigorously defend a pluralism based on Canadian freedoms, compassion, understanding, self-sufficiency, and rule of law. Canadians deserve an honest debate on immigration, and that is what Canada's Conservatives will continue to fight for. This is why, in the launch of our Pathways to Canada tour, Canada's Conservatives clearly stated the principles by which a Conservative government led by Andrew Scheer would address immigration policy. We would oversee an immigration system that is fair, orderly, and compassionate. We would seek to ensure that newcomers to Canada, like so many who have already done so, integrate into the Canadian economic and social fabric. The Conservative Party believes this principle is key to sustaining Canada's pluralism, and that the best way to do this is to encourage and enable newcomers to become self-sufficient, learn one of Canada's official languages, and have a deep-held understanding and respect for Canadian rule of law. We would ensure our humanitarian immigration system prioritizes the world's most vulnerable, and that our intake numbers reflect the cost reality of supporting the integration of those who have fled extreme persecution. And we would directly link the number and skills of people seeking to enter Canada for economic reasons to the needs of the Canadian economy. These principles have already been demonstrated in our time in opposition during this Parliament. In the last 4 years, despite Justin Trudeau's rhetoric, 3 immigration ministers, 2 border ministers, immigration and border ministers, multiple parliamentary secretaries, and 2 Liberal chairs of the Standing Committee on Citizenship and Immigration, Conservatives have been consistently effective in exposing and correcting unfairness and injustice in the immigration system. We forced the government to finally help Yazidi genocide survivors. We made Justin Trudeau reverse his decision to remove female genital mutilation from Canada's Citizenship Guide. We made them admit that policies related to caregivers and temporary workers are unfair and abusive. We ended the disastrous lottery system created by Justin Trudeau for the parent and grandparent sponsorship program. We exposed the massive cost and failures of their #Welcome to Canada, Roxham Road Express Entry program. These are only a few examples of how Conservatives have effected positive change in the immigration system in the last 4 years. For the remainder of this session, we will focus on several immigration issues Justin Trudeau has yet to exist. First, cracking down on predatory immigration consultants. For nearly 3 years, Conservatives have been trying to get action to address